again. So in this role play, I will demonstrate validation throughout the clip for my client Bev, who presents with borderline personality disorder. I will also incorporate skill use at the end, and Bev will be played by my cohort, Greta Quirk. And also, I just want to make a note that this isn't a session from the beginning, so we're just going to jump in, kind of like in the middle.
It's just not fair. This shouldn't be happening to me because I've worked so hard and I'm doing so much, but I still feel like crap, and my boyfriend still always seems irritated with me.
That's true. You have done so much work. You've made a lot of great changes, and it is unfair that all of this work hasn't resulted in more change for you. I know you're frustrated. I'm even frustrated. However, with all that being said, and as unfair as it is, it would appear that more is needed. We need to get you to utilize your newly learned skills more. It sucks that what you're doing, which is a ton, just isn't enough. So if we're going to get you to your goals, we're going to have to do more work. Are you up for that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I also noticed that you seem to cut recently. Is this so?
Yeah, it's my boyfriend's fault, though. He just kept being so short with me the other night that I lost it on him, and then I went and cut myself.
Oh no, that sounds like a difficult situation. So how did this unfold? He was being short with you, and then what?
I just lost it, and I yelled at him.
So what was the emotion that you were experiencing at this time?
I'm so tired of this.
Okay, now that's the thought. So what was the emotion? Were you angry, sad, apathetic? What was the emotion there in that moment?
Frustrated and angry.
Okay, those can be really difficult emotions to deal with. What did you do when you were experiencing them?
I yelled at him. I told him that he was an asshole for being nothing but short with me all the time. He just said that I was crazy for thinking that and that I needed help. At that point, I walked back into my room, listened to music, and then cut.
So what happened after you cut?
I felt better, but a little embarrassed about what had just happened with my boyfriend.
Okay, so let's jump back a minute. How did you go from having those thoughts and emotions of frustration and anger to cutting? I mean, cutting isn't going to change any of that, correct? So, was this your old solution for something like this showing up again? Cutting to cause physical pain so you could focus on that rather than having to deal with the emotional pain and frustration? That's just my guess. What do you think?
I think that's probably accurate.
Okay, I just wish that we could get it in your head that in those moments you're capable of tolerating the emotional pain, and you can use one of your recently learned skills to decrease it, like mindfulness. In that moment, did you think at all of using any of your skills instead of cutting?
Well, I did. We recently talked about self-soothing and mindfulness in group the other day, so I tried to self-soothe by listening to music for a few minutes. And it kind of helped, but not enough, so that's why I went and cut.
Okay, well that's great that you tried to use one of your new skills. The good news is that listening to the music to soothe yourself may have helped a little bit, but it didn't seem to fully help since you did still cut. So let's try to think of some other skills that may have been helpful for you to use in the situation. Okay. So now we're going to fast forward to the end of the session. So now that we've talked about how more work is needed to reach your goals, about a specific event and accompanying emotions and skills, I'd just like to wrap up this session by utilizing one of your newly learned skills, mindfulness.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay, I just want you to close your eyes, get comfortable, and just focus on your breathing. Focus on feeling your breaths. Focus on how it feels when you breathe in and how it feels when you breathe out, and just be. And if you find that your thoughts are going elsewhere, just focus on your breath again. Okay, so how do you feel now?
I actually feel a little bit better about everything we talked about today.
Okay, great. Well, I hope that you'll be able to use some of your other skills before our next session, and we can talk about it and how you used them.
Okay.
All right.